I got both. So, now that both these are made, turn it off. God. Tilt that out. God, that's
Ow.
I know. We should really make a trebuchet with that. Then we could sell it to someone.
Or we could beat those 9.
Yeah, we could beat those fucking 8-year-olds. God. I hate that. By the way, I think I got plenty of... How long's it been filming?
32 minutes.
32 minutes. That's fine. Still got like an hour left. How's the battery doing?
I don't know.
Okay.
It's in video, it doesn't tell you.
Okay, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's probably got plenty. I'm gonna cut this into probably several episodes. Thing is right around Halo Reach came out, Nick became a potato. He literally congealed into a potato, and then decided to play nothing but Halo for the next year. And that being said, our trebuchet competition was coming up. So we're like, Nick, help us. He's like, Reach.
Halo.
Anyway, yeah, and we were like, what the fuck, man? So me and Austin went there with this really shitty catapult because I didn't have nearly enough money. At the time I didn't weld, so I made it on PVC pipe. I showed up there with a really crappy PVC pipe. The counterweight of the thing was a bucket, literally well no, it was actually a backpack. A backpack full of lead. It was like 50 pieces of lead, easily 50 pounds or so. Actually, it was many more. I used the lead wheel weights because I'm like, hey Dad, I'm making a trebuchet. He's like, oh, here, have some wheel weights. So I'm like, great. So I put them into a backpack that makes counterweight. That actually did pretty well. Although the rest of the thing didn't. It weighed a lot. It was really bulky. It was loud. It was annoying. It had, the bearings where it pivoted were literally, two PVC pipes resting on each other, and, two PVC pipes resting on each other, and I oiled it with vegetable oil. I just poured it in there, so that worked more or less. It was really weak, broke right after the thing. Spent over $100 on it, so that was great. And now that I can weld and know a lot of things I didn't at the time, it saddens me because I could easily make one for 25 that could throw much farther. And the worst part isn't the catapult. I was really ashamed of that. I was like, wow, this is way below my usual standard. And so I was like, might as well go there and be like, hey, we're here.
Maybe the other people did even worse than us.
Yeah, maybe they're even worse. And since we were in middle school at the time, 7th grade to be exact. Was it 7th or 8th? It was 7th, right?
It was 7th.
Okay, it was 7th. So we show up there, and all the high schoolers, some of them were mediocre, some of them were pretty good, but honestly, those high schoolers don't know shit, even though they take classes, and they're real smart. But then when it comes to actually doing shit, they're terrible at it. They're just bad. Like, it's just, and they're so snobby about it. They can't just know things. They have to spread it. It's aggravating. They're just, I hate high schoolers that aren't me and my friends, because usually I make friends with people who aren't shitbags, or aren't at least gratuitously annoying and self-righteous, because I hate people who are self-righteous. Like,
Continue with the story.
Okay, yeah. It doesn't matter, we got plenty of time. I'll edit what I don't want. That bit.
Like the random times when you just went off. I had to get water.
Yeah.
And I chased Mark around with lead.
Watch the video get flagged because you chased him around with pipes. Be like, this video contains child abuse. Okay. Anyway, so the rest of the story. We showed up there, and since we were in middle school,
this is the worst place to get
yeah,
plaster hit.
Yeah, it is. Shut up. Since we were in middle school, we were competing with elementary schoolers. And these kids were like 8 and 9, like they were smaller than that motherfucker. Like they were really small, and none of them could be over the age of 8. So we're like, what could they have? Turns out their parents made them this tremendous thing. And it's like, well, I wish I would have competed with the high schoolers, because at least they're kids and they made one, as opposed to these kids who had their 30, 40-year-old parents make one for them. It was tremendous through like 300 feet or so, ours through 50, and it rolled half that way. I don't even know why they measure a roll distance. It doesn't make any sense. But yeah, it was terrible, and then we're like, what the hell? And then And then that little motherfucking kid, that little 8-year-old, has the audacity to walk up to me and be like, yeah, this one's alright, but mine's better. It's like, I could give you some tips sometime, and I'm like, you little piece of shit. Like, I could have just picked him up and just ripped him in half. I would have just, you want no more. Like, it was aggravating. It was the most, and then his grandfather who made it for him, which also hosted the thing, was like, yeah, maybe you'll win next year. And I'm like, oh my Jesus, I want to murder all of you. And that, like, when that little kid did that, like, my heart wasn't there. It was.
You turn into the Grinch.
It was the most, like if at any moment in my life I lost every bit of my humanity and just wanted to murder, that would be it. I like if it ever says like Benevator murdered 8-year-old kid, it'll be that kid. It won't be this kid or any other piece of shit kid. It'll be that kid.
Good to know.
And it won't be a quick death. It'll be the slowest, most agonizing death.
You rip out each one of his toes with like scorching pliers.
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it Silence of the Lambs style and feed him parts of his brain while he's alive. The parts that aren't vital to keeping him alive.
Good to know.
That little piece of shit. Moving on.